Hi, I'm Dr. Bertice Berry, and I want to tell you a story, and I want to blow your mind. I had many jobs when I was a kid. Cleaning jobs were my mainstay, but in the summertime, I could have different jobs that allowed me to kind of explore the world and what I wanted to be. And one summer, I had a library job, and I think that job went into the year as well, which was really cool. And I was responsible for helping to restock books. Whenever I see books that are pushed all the way back on the shelf, I want to pull them forward. So I would dust the books off and reshelve them back in their rightful spaces. And I used to always think about the way they were. And if you're of a certain age, you remember the Dewey Decimal System. You learned the Dewey Decimal System. And Melville Dewey created this classification, which is why it's the Dewey Decimal Classification, the DDC. He created this classification um, to place books according to subject rather than date of acquisition. Now, prior to the DDC, they were placed according to acquisition. So you put the books where, based on where you got them. We got this one, and then we got this one, and we got that one, and the old books are in the back. So, this is so good. This is so good. I'm so excited. So, anyway, Dewey came along and said, no, we should classify them by subject. And then there are these subjects like computer systems and social sciences and philosophy and then religion. Religion is separate. Philosophy and psychology is together. And then religion is separate from that. And then there's literature, and literature's got a whole thing of its own. And so it's really, really cool the way it's classified. So, um, the brain stores memory, and listen, mental wellness is very much tied to memory. Your memory is tied to your mental health, very much so, and how we store our memories. There is a section where we store memories, but now new science is showing us that when the brain is damaged, that you can use other parts of the brain to put places. And that's what I discovered when I had a head injury, that there were other things that I had stored that I didn't know anything about. And when I couldn't work from the old space, I had to go work from another space. And there are things that you can do to help you increase your memory and increase your mental health and memory health as well. So anyway, one of them is, you should look it up. You really should look it up. You should dive into it. But it's community and sharing your stories and self-efficacy, believing in yourself, and all these wonderful things to help increase the memory. Yeah, there are mental exercises, but actually working with one another and sharing story really increases that memory. But here's the thing. We have been storing our memories like folks did before Dewey Decimal. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Old memories in the back, new stuff in the front. There's no classification. And when I look at my life in terms of, if I want to look at my spiritual journey, that's a completely different story. I see very differently. After I had a head injury, I started sewing out of nowhere. Well, I had probably stored some memories, and there was probably some storage from ancestors, because we get their DNA that had been stored. I know, mind blown, right? And there's all these things that are there that we never tap into. In fact, when you tell your stories, you do, and then this happened, 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 and then this happened. I know, right? So we are still storing and repeating our stories the same way folks did before Dewey Decimal, which was before the Civil War. I don't want to do that, because my people were enslaved before the Civil War. Some of them actually were abolitionists. And even knowing that story and knowing where to classify it, sometimes I take that story over to religion. Sometimes it's in philosophy and psychology. Sometimes I can look at that story in terms of pure science, because how they did what they did was also scientific. It is amazing. Sometimes it's in literature. How we store our own self is critical and crucial to the legacy that we're leaving every day. You and your life, you're not a book. You are a library. Push those books forward and categorize them, not just based on when it happened, but why and how. And how does it fit to the rest of the world? When I see my life as it's connected to the lives of others, it's so much bigger. And so are you. I love you.